This episode of Motorhead Garage, we're talking best of with Sam and Dave. Sam is tackling rust, a new segment from our friends at Brothers Truck Parts. Plus, Sam is outside in a cool thunder den. All of this and more on this best of Motorhead Garage.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Motorhead Garage. Well, folks, we get a lot of people writing in, wanting to know about certain things we've done in the past. Well, what Sam and I have done is we've gone back into the archives and pulled out a few key products and shows that we'd like to show you. And one of them is a product called Evapo-Rust. Now, if you're working on your car, rust is always a problem, especially in the cooling system. Let's take a look at Sam and let's see what he's going to show you.
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about cooling systems. Got this old Corvette here, it's got a big block in it, and it's got some rust in the cooling system. You know, your cooling system picks up heat in the water and the antifreeze mixture, comes up through the thermostat, goes through the radiator, exchanges the heat. If you got rust, rust is an insulator, so it causes the engine to run hot. So you want to get the rust out of it. So what I did was I took a bucket, went underneath here, opened the petcock, and I drained it into a bucket here. You want to save that, dispose of it properly. So I'm going to get down here and just close this petcock, which is right up here at the bottom of the radiator, near the shroud. That's good. And remember, get rid of this stuff properly because it is toxic to pets and birds. Keep your creeper up so you don't step on it and go on your butt. The next thing you want to do is put something in here that's going to get rid of the rust. All right? To just flush it with water is not going to do you any good. So we've got David Harris here from Evapo-Rust. He's got something great and new to get rid of rust in the cooling system. So what you got there?
We've got Thermocure. It's a new product from us. This is a safe, non-toxic rust remover for your cooling system.
Okay, so you put it in there with water?
Yes.
And then you run it?
That's what you do. We're just going to drop it in.
Okay.
It's a concentrated product, so we can dilute it with water. 1 quart is going to do cooling systems up to 3 gallons.
Wow, that's just about what this thing here is.
That's about right, yeah.
Yep. Okay, now that we got the Thermocure in there, there's fresh water in that bucket?
That's
you
right.
Want to start pouring that in here?
You bet.
What we're going to do is we're going to top this up, and we're going to fire it up, let it run till the thermostat opens without the pressure cap on. That'll burp out some of the air. Then we'll run it, get it up to temperature, let it circulate, let the Thermocure sit in there for a while, then we'll flush it with cold water.
Time now for Brothers Truck Parts Project 72. Restoration tips and techniques for a 1972 Chevy Suburban with Sam and Steve Flanders.
Welcome to another installment of the Brothers Project 72. You know, nothing makes an old car better than new carpet.
Today, we're going to put in sound deadener, padding, carpet, and all the trim to make a complete job.
All right, buddy, you're gonna put this stuff here down. Tell me about this whole kit from Brothers.
Well, the kit comes with sound deadener that we're putting in right now. You get your jute padding also, and then obviously you're gonna need a carpet to put on top of all that.
Okay.
It's always good to have a can of spray adhesive, something very sticky that lasts a while. You don't need a whole bunch of it, you just need it about every 12 inches, reduce the resonance in the panels, quiet this thing down. All right, so we're gonna pull this heat-insulated jute padding into place, tuck it under the rear carpet, and just kind of get it in position before we glue it down. You've got the foil side down, which is the way it's supposed to go in an automobile. That keeps the stuff out. What I like to do is get into position, spray in half of it, and then work my way from the center out. Then we'll do the back half.
Okay. All right, that fits up pretty good. What's next?
Well, now that we've got it in place, we've got it folded up here. Just like we did with the rear, we're gonna go ahead and spray this, get it nice and sticky. I like to work from the middle outwards, and we're putting the back carpet in first because this front one has a bead on it. It's gonna lay over that back one.
Okay.
All right, the carpet's in. We're going to top it off with a new set of sill plates. Got some fresh pedal pads. Carpet looks great.
Great way to do an interior. Be sure you tune in next week as we continue on with our Brothers Project 72. All right, Petcock's closed. All right, earlier in the show, what we did was we started off with a rusty cooling system, and we put in the thermocure after we drained it, put in some water, we ran it, we've run this through several times. But let me show you what we took out of it originally.
Here's what we had.
Yep. And of course, that was a green antifreeze when it started. You can see it's got kind of a reddish, rusty tint to it. And the problem with the rust is an insulator and you can't exchange the heat. Now, this is the drain right after we did our first drain, after adding.
Look at all the
Yeah.
rust in there.
The thermocure pulls out the rust, and it dissolves. It doesn't bring out flakes or anything to plug you up.
That's right. It's going to make it a liquid iron after this. So now you're going to have all that rust out of your engine in this liquid, and then you're not going to have any more problems with overheating and clogging.
That's great. Now, here's a tip. When you take your first drain after using the thermocure, you know, it's made by Evapo-Rust. This is still a good rust eater, so save it. Want to pick any rusty parts or tools, put them in there.
Or do another car.
Yeah, or do another car, that's right. All right, so now what we've done is we've flushed this with clean water 2 or 3 times. We just drained it out. Now that we're clear, I closed the petcock. We're going to go ahead and put 50-50 mix of antifreeze back in the radiator. You want to mix that up? Now, we start off with a gallon of fresh water, put a gallon of antifreeze in it. Now you have a 50-50 mixture, and of course, what that does is make sure you got a consistent mix through there. I'll go ahead and crank it up. Are you ready to go there, David?
Just about.
All right.
There we go.
So we'll start pouring in the 50-50 mix of water and antifreeze. We're going to let it run, keep the pressure cap off. When the thermostat opens, when the hot water flows through the top hose, we'll expel any trapped air, put a pressure cap on it, and we're done. We're going to take a quick break. Stick around. We've got a lot more coming here on Motorhead Garage.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Brothers Truck, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration. Splat Bug Remover quickly and easily removes bugs from cars, motorcycles, trucks, RVs, and more. Thunder Den, the ultimate motorcycle garage, another quality built product from Buck Ridge Cabins and Outdoors. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, you know, Sam and I have done some real interesting projects on our show. Here's one of my favorites. A lot of you guys out there like to ride the Harleys or the big bikes. And of course, if you're kind of like me and getting a little bit older, sometimes those bikes can be a little bit troublesome when you come up to a stoplight, try to keep it up. Well, a lot of guys are going to the Trikes now, but they can cost a lot of money. But we found something here that is really cool. This is a Trike conversion kit. And I got Brian Wood here from Mystery Designs. And Brian, you know, this can make converting your bike a lot cheaper than buying a new one, but you got independent suspension on this. Why is that important?
Well, it's a nice option to have, so that way you can get a nice soft ride when you're going around a corner. You never have to worry about that tire coming off the ground. That's kind of a problem with Trikes, is getting that tire off the ground, and this is going to stay firmly planted at all times. That way it's a safe, nice, soft ride.
Makes it a lot easier for you. And of course, this will work for both chain and belt driven as well, right?
Yeah, most any belt or chain drive bike, as long as it has enough power to pull it. And we actually have a conversion kit that'll work on all of them, and you can take this same kit off of your bike and put it on another bike if you want to upgrade in the future. That way you're not stuck with it.
Yeah, if you've got a bike that you like, all you have to do is just mount this on here and you're in business. Way to go. Well, I noticed Sam is over there. He's already working on a bike. You better go check him out, make sure he's doing it right.
All right.
First thing I'm doing, following the instructions, I'm putting these brackets on. That takes the independent suspension unit and bolts it to the chassis, but they're not tight. Leave them loose because we're going to work between the two of them. Then I'm looking at the instructions here. This is the first one of these I've done. You got your belt pulley that bolts to your center section where your differential is, and you got to put the rotor on. And following the instructions, I took the belt, the drive belt, put it in the middle. How am I doing here, Brian, so far?
Looks pretty good. It's pretty simple to do, actually.
Yeah.
Most anybody with a little bit of mechanical experience can put this together.
Yeah, it looks like it's, a couple hours to go together. Now we take our suspension unit, and you can see this thing here is really well built. And you got castings, you got This is what?
The 1018 cold rolled steel, we got 356 T6 aluminum, and then on the differential here is actually 1018 cold rolled, or dang it, is 6061 billet aluminum.
All right, so now we're going to plug this in. This has a CV axle, a flange, and I see these flanges are drilled for different studs. You got different bolt patterns?
Yeah, we actually have 3 different bolt patterns built into the flange already. Just turn that and it'll go into the spline. We got 5x4 3/4, 5x4 1/2, and 5x4 1/4.
Great, all the popular patterns, right?
Just take the other side, pop it in.
Can you get it okay? I know you've done these a million times. You need some help? You got it. There you go.
This one's just a little bit tight.
Well, you can see Sam and Brian are busily working away over there. They're part of the way through, but you know, this is the way the system comes in 3 pieces, a section here, the center, and over here. Nice part about it is it's easy to bolt in. The biggest thing though is it's already preset. The geometry is already set for you and locked in, so you don't have to adjust anything, and that's important because you want to keep those wheels on the ground. Well, we're busy installing the Trike kit from Mystery Designs. And you know, they got a whole line of accessories that you can customize your bike the way you want it to look, including these really cool looking body kits they have for it. Plus they got wheels, everything you need to make the bike look really cool. And speaking of making it look cool, let's check out Sam and Brian and see how they're coming with their kit installation.
All right, I have all the bolts started here. All the spacers are in. Nothing's tight yet. One of the critical things you got to do to these is tension the belt properly.
Yeah, we like to leave our belt a little bit looser than normal motorcycles. We leave about an inch of play up and down. That way it keeps the bearings nice and fresh for all time.
Okay, what's our next move?
We're basically just going to put the 2 bars on the rear, and realistically that's basically it to put the Trike conversion kit on there. All you got to do is tension the belt, put the wheels on, put your fenders on. That's pretty much it. We also do have other options too. We have the full body packages that you can put a body kit that covers this whole suspension. We offer different finishes, black powder coat or all the way up to chrome like you see here. We're going to put the fender version on today. That way it just covers just the wheels, and it kind of gives you a nice open look with the chrome finish.
We good now to tension the belt at this point?
I kind of do it usually with the wheels on there. Makes it a little bit easier.
It'll pivot here.
Yeah, and that way you get the final setting, get everything tightened down, and then tension the belt right at the end. Just leave all your bolts loose, and then we'll come back through and tighten them down. Go just a little bit more. That's pretty good right there. And then you go ahead and tighten all 3 of those bolts down and then put the airlines on, and we're done.
That's great. So all we have to do now is put our fenders on. We've got airlines, and the only thing that's critical about these is that they run the front one to the back one on both sides. That way the suspension will work real good. Well, just as we promised, you can see our Mystery Designs Trike kits on the road. These things look good, they go in easy, they handle well, and they're very safe on the road. You put that rake kit on it, you got a great handling Trike. Guys, thanks a lot, we sure appreciate it. I gotta get back inside because, as usual, I've left Davey alone, and you know what kind of trouble that could create. You gotta take a quick break, stick around, we've got a lot more coming here on Motorhead Garage.
Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Like I said, Dave and I have been doing this for a long time. Boy, have we gotten ourselves in some trouble, but we've gotten out of trouble just about every time. Had some great techniques and some great products on the show. Let's take a look at this one. I gotta tell you, if you got a motorcycle, you know what you want. You want to take care of it. You want to put it in a secure place, a place out of the weather, a place where you can work on it, and a place where you can gather with your friends, have a cold one, and have some good times. Well, you know that means a garage. Well, who's got time to build a garage? Here's a great way to go. One phone call, and you've got Thunder Den. It's all done. It's 100% complete. It's everything you need. And the guy that was inspired to design and build this is Steve Greggs from Thunder Den. Steve, this is such an awesome piece. So tell us how you got to this point.
Well, the inspiration for it just really was just riding around and seeing a lot of bikes that were under, just covers and things like that, and really not, in my opinion, sufficiently stored or what have you, because there's not a controlled environment. So I thought, well, let's build something. Let's build a bike garage. And so, I basically came up with Thunder Den, which has not only a place to store your bike, but it has, a lift where you can work on your bike, and we put a lot of amenities into it, air compressors and things like that allows you to work on your bike. And not only that, it is a controlled environment. We offer an AC unit with it. Right. It's well insulated, so there's, as far as condensation on your bike, that's not going to happen.
Got some neat siding on it that you told me is like warranted for 50 years.
Yeah, it's LP Smart Side siding. It's got really good warranty. It's a very good product. The roof is a 40-year warranty on it. It's the best, best metal panel you can buy. We can put shingles on them if anyone wants shingles as well. So.
Sure. Steve, we're standing on this floor. It looks pretty textured. What do you got on this floor?
It's a Rust-Oleum product. It's a no-slip floor. So when you get off your bike, you don't have to worry about it.
Architecturally, it's pretty outside. It's strong. It's well built, insulated, like you said. It's got the little air conditioner here that keeps you cool. And of course, it's got cabinets. Now, these cabinets are great storage for things like your leathers, your helmet.
Your jacket, your helmets, boots, or whatever. We fitted this one with a 1.7 cubic foot refrigerator. The stereo has speakers up on top of the cabinets here with ported hose. It sounds really good.
And got flames on the wall. That looks good.
Bike garage got to have flames.
Absolutely. And of course, you got pegboard. It's all insulated. But the other thing I like about it, there's outlets all over the place. Nice fluorescent lighting. There's switches, and it's got a panel. How big is the panel?
It's a 100-amp. Electrical panel.
And you drive your bike in, you got a motorcycle lift. Let's pump that up a little bit here.
Sure.
And we got an 883 Sporty on here, but you can put a big bike on it, put your motorcycle up. When you're done working on it, again, have a cold one in the refrigerator, some good music. You got a place for your buddies. There's even room to put chairs in here, work on your bike when you're done. When you set it down, the lift goes flat on the floor, pull out this panel, the wheel clamp and the stop all go up on the pegboard on hooks.
We tried to outfit it for anything anyone would need for their bike. And
how big is this dimensionally?
It's a 10 wide by 16.
10 wide by 16 long. It's a great place. And what else do you need? You're out of the weather. It's a controlled environment. Your bike doesn't get rusty and get moisture on it. You can stay nice and cool in the summertime. Refrigerator, music, bike lift, everything you need. It's called Thunder Den. If you want to learn more, check out their website. And of course, if somebody wants one of these, it's just a phone call and you deliver it, right?
That's right.
So all you need is a piece of ground, set it on, plug it in a day, you're all set to go. Hope you enjoyed this, Steve. Thanks for coming by and showing us this. We're going to take a quick break. Stick around. We've got a lot more coming here on Motorhead Garage.
This edition of Motorhead Garage, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Rebuilder in a Box, alternator and starter rebuild kits with how-to videos. APOC Industries, light where you need it. Top Gun Customs, 4x4 suspension specialists. And by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, Dave and I have been doing this for a long time. We've had a lot of interesting cars, a lot of interesting products. Had a lot of fun in this garage.
We sure have, and some of the interesting things we've done, you can't believe. Let's take a look at a few.
I'm smelling something and hearing something.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was you.
Thank you. I think it's something going on in the exhaust system. What we need to do...
I don't know. Something's burned.
Pull over here and let's get out and get underneath. Take a look at this before we get all the way back.
Yeah, well, who's going to crawl under? Your truck, baby.
Oh, thanks.
You can crawl under it. I'll walk.
Count on you. I knew I could count on you. Let me get over here off the road.
It does smell, though. I can smell it.
All right, buddy. Come on, let's get out.
Check this thing out here. Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. Well, Sam and I are coming back from the dyno, and we smelled something here under the truck. Hey, you got a blanket or something back there we could put under here?
Wait till you see what I got, buddy. I got one for me and one for you.
What?
What I have here is the Magic Creeper.
The Magic Creeper?
This is a creeper. The race guys use it in the pits all the time.
All right, what does it do?
Well, it's lightweight, folds up, you store it anywhere. All you do is you unravel it in the direction you want to go. Watch out, I'm going to get underneath here. All right, set this down. Just roll it out,
Yeah.
okay? The wrinkles out of it. Look, it's got this really slick fabric here. It moves within itself.
Oh, it's kind of like a truck.
Watch this. Watch this. This is great. You sure you don't want to get under my truck?
No.
Okay. You'll make me do it.
Well, it's your truck. You broke it, not me.
Look at this. And it rolls right underneath here.
I'll be darned. Cool. Yeah, you could use that for a lot of other things.
Even you could have found this.
What'd you find under there?
I got a pinion seal. It's leaking differential fluid, and it's slinging it up on my boiler exhaust here. It's smelling. That's what we're smelling.
Well, it looks like we got another job ahead of us.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what's cool about that? I mean, you know, if you're out alongside the road like we are, and you need to change a tire or something like that, you can lay this thing down. It's a nice mat so you don't get dirty.
Keeps you dry.
And if for you guys at home, you know, you got your own garage, you don't have a creeper, you got to lay down and get under the truck or car.
Also, if you have a little clearance problem, it works great.
About that.
Because this thing is zero off the floor, works on floors. It's a great product. You can double as a stadium seat, keep you warm. And I'll tell you the other thing I've used this for. Put it in the back of your pickup truck, and you can slide heavy objects in and out.
And you could use it at home too. If you want to put something on there, you got to move furniture or whatever it is, then we could do that too.
Yep, it's rugged. You roll it up.
But you're so kind, I can't believe you got one for me.
Happy Father's Day. Oh, wait, well, you're not a father. Give me that back.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, the Magic Creeper, it's a heck of a thing to have. And you know, you put it in your car, put it in your truck, carry it with you just like you did.
One other thing, when you're hooking up a trailer on a wet day, throw it on the ground, you hook up your trailer, your lights, your safety chains, then, you know something? You don't have wet knees.
Well, there you have it, folks. You know, Sam, it's always fun to go down memory lane like that, relive some of those old adventures and
Absolutely.
realize what we had to do to get some of this stuff done.
Well, you know, we've done everything from turbochargers to cotter pins, so we've had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, we have. Anyway, folks, we've run out of time, though. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next time here at Motorhead Garage.
So long. Let's clean up, huh?